Hey everybody, how are you? Another week and another week of writing. I hope you all had a good weekend. Emma Desi here. I am a fiction writer. I write psychological thrillers. I'm also a book coach and I specialise in helping first-time writers write their debut novel. So it's very exciting. I love doing it. I get to be in on the ground with some amazing new voices coming through. It's a real joy and a real pleasure. But I'm writing a book myself. It's going to be released later this year. And if you caught my live last week, I was explaining how I'd been getting some feedback on my ARC review copies. And it was telling me I needed to tweak my story a bit. There was a bit in my storyline that I needed to tweak. And I wasn't sure what to do. Do I sort of take to heart what people are saying? Or do I kind of say, no, I'm just going to leave the book as it is? Do I make those revisions? Do I not? Do I draw a line under the sand? What do I do? And some people were very kind and they did respond and gave me their thoughts about, what would they do if it was if they were in my position. So here we are, we've had the weekend, another few days have rolled by, and it's really emphasized for me or reminded me that it's so necessary to take a beat, to take a moment when we get given feedback, both good and bad, and just to reflect on it and think about, okay, do I agree with what that person said? Can I see where the comments might have some merit, or do I not agree? Actually, that I'm not sure about this. I don't think they're right about this, and maybe it's just one person. So it's been really good for me. I had a chance to reflect. I had a chance to talk to my coach about it and think about whether do we want to make these changes or not. And do you know what? We have made some changes, and I was very pleased to find out that those tweaks were easier to make than I had anticipated. So that made everything a lot easier. But I did just think this was a good moment to reflect and share with you, if you're perhaps not at this point yet where you're getting people feeding back on your work or feeding back on your manuscript, in fact, on the whole story, that this is part of the journey. And it doesn't matter if you're an indie author or if you're traditionally published, at some stage your book is going to be reviewed, either by reviewers, the general public, possibly peer reviewed as well. It might be by other writers who are in your genre or with the same publisher that you've got or the same agent that you've got. So at some stage, the book is always going to get reviewed before it goes on general release, so that you can get, and the publishers can get, feedback on what's working, what's not. Does anything need that kind of last minute tweak or change? So I was talking to a student about this the other day, that just when we think we've finished the story, just when we think we've done all that we can do with it, there's always a little bit of room for improvement. And having the wonderful feedback that we get from others, that's when we get to know what feedback is needed, how much is needed, and not to panic and not to over worry about it. So if you are in that position, if you're at that stage, take comfort. I hope you've taken comfort from my experience. And know that it's all part of the process. I talk about this a lot. It's all part of the process, and getting feedback, reflection, making a decision, again, that's part of the process. All right, take care for now, and I'll see you soon. Bye.